So what I'd like you all to do, please, really quickly, is go ahead and stand up. In your seats, please stand up. Fantastic. All right. Now, what I'd like you all to do is to think about why you're here today. You're here, hopefully, the fact that you're here today means that you're willing, well, not only to take a day outside of school, but to come and be energized, to think about how you can make a difference in making your communities a happier, healthier, more caring place. Your schools a happier, healthier, more caring place. We've all been through our own trials and tribulations, but what we want you to do today is to come in maybe with a little bit of an open mind, to think about things in a different way. Maybe you'll learn something today to take back to your schools and your communities, your sports teams. We want to represent that open mind right now by taking your right hand. If you need to check which one's your right hand, you can do that. I have to all the time. So find your right hand and put it palm up. Find your right hand and put it palm up. Great. Keep that palm nice and open. What I'd like you to do now is, I know that we're in stadium seating. So today it's going to be a little bit about reaching out. It's going to be a little bit funky for those of you in the end of the rows. But what I'd like you to do is to take that palm, that open palm, and slide it to the person to your right. Slide it to the person to your right. If you're in an end row, that might mean reaching up behind or reaching down in front so that it's near someone who can see it. Take a moment and do that. So you're not actually touching them. You don't need to invade their personal space. Just sort of make that happen. Okay, now that you're putting the finishing touches on that, what I want you to do, please, is to take your left index finger, your pointer finger, and point that up at the sky. Okay? So your open mind is here. This is the good idea that you have to bring what you've learned here today, bring what you bring yourself to today, your experiences, your knowledge. You are all your own experts. This is the idea that you bring. What I'd like you to do is, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to drop that finger gently down into the palm of the hand of the person who has slid their hand over to you. So you should be having a right palm about right here, and in a moment, not yet, you're going to drop that finger down. Now, there's something that's going to be really important here. When I make this sound, that's right, when I make that sound, you're going to call it back. Excellent. World's largest disco call right there. That's awesome. So when I say make that sound, you are going to make that sound back, but also be quiet, because I have more instructions for you. So right now, you've got this finger hovering up here. What I want you to do is, without making any sounds out of your mouth, so quietly, silently, no sound out of your mouth, I want you to think of a sound effect that represents that thought, that thing that you bring, okay? And on the count of 3, you're going to drop that finger down into the palm of the hand of the person who's got their hand out for you, and you're going to make that sound effect as you drop. It's a quick descent, and as soon as you touch down, there will be silence. Are we ready? Everybody got their sound effect? I think I heard a couple of raspberries already. Okay, 1, 2, 3, drop it down. Excellent. Now, you have just landed your finger into the palm of someone else's hand, gently. So make sure that's happening. All right? You have just entered into a game of capture and escape. Oh, I know. The name of the game is called Gotcha. What's it called? Excellent. The next time you hear me say the name of the game, what's the name of the game? Good. The next time you hear me say the name of the game, you are going to try to both capture the finger that's in the palm of your hand and simultaneously escape capture. So you have these open minds, and you have these great ideas, and sometimes it's hard to do both at the same time. So make sure that you've got that finger firmly implanted. Make sure that the person's hand is open. Are we ready? One, two, gotcha. Okay, if you capture, turn to that person and say, gotcha. If you escaped capture, turn to that person and say, escape. Excellent. We're going to do it one more time, except you're going to take your left hand, palm up, slide it to the person to your left. Left hand, palm up, slide it to your left. Right index finger pointed at the sky. You've got these bright ideas. You're going to need to share them with one another. You're going to try to capture them. Count of 3, you're going to drop it down in 1, 2, 3. Whoop, 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 whoop. Excellent. You're listening for that G word. Are you ready? I'm not sure you're ready. You ready? Okay. You're listening for the name of the game. Goats. Go-karts. Green grass. Garden gate. Gotcha. If you capture, turn to that person and say, gotcha. If you escape, turn to that person and say, escape. Remember today to share your bright ideas with one another. That's the way that we're going to make this day happen and keep moving forward. Thank you so much. I will see you again in a little while.